it's week 16, and ironically 16 is the first age I tried to kill myself before. So I don't know, it feels connected because I was tempted to pull the trigger this week. So there's some kind of connection. So I think it fits a little. So another good week, as you can imagine. I don't remember completely well how I felt at the same time last year. But if I remember correctly, I was playing It's Gonna Be Made in a loop, and I was making the little eggs, and I was focusing on a lot of right now, right here things, and it helped take my mind off things, and I think it went rather smoothly compared to usually at that time. And I think that this year I'm paying for this by having a very, very bad one. It's not as bad as the first one. The first one was bad. The one in 2015 was fucking bad. I can't remember it. It was bad. And yeah. So this year was bad too, but it was not my worst. I don't think so. At least not yet. But it's pretty bad. So yeah, I tried to do stuff, but that didn't work out. So yeah. I tried. In my defense, I must be pretty good at this shit because I did try. There's this fucking spider on the floor. It's a small one, so I let it live, but I don't like it. There were like 2 million little spiders in my dream last night. It was... The worst thing is that I'm violently arachnophobic, so you know, usually when there are spiders in my dreams, they're the main focus, and they just paralyze me in terror, because that's just what a phobia is like. And this time, they were part of the plot, you know. So it was part of the plot to not accept them, but see what they were doing, you know, because at first they were tools of destruction. You struck them on something because you wanted to get rid of a corpse, you know, and they cleaned that thing in like 12 seconds. It was frightening, but you know, they were in theory useful, and the two people who were, you know, responsible for them were struggling to you know, rein them in once the job was done, which was predictable because it was such a shitty idea to have all of those scary carnivorous spiders that were just terrifying force of nature. And somehow the table turned, and the spiders turned dark in intention, which is weird because they were always dark in intention. They were just controlled, and they switched the control to them controlling their owners and having such a symbiotic relationship with the owners. And at some point there was a team of humans accompanying the spiders, and I was more or less part of it, and going through to try to do something, a mission of some sort. And there was one of them, I think it was Dean Winchester, which of course it is, kept dying, and there was something in his throat. I think his throat was cut and his trachea collapsed, so it was, you know, stopped breathing. So every once in a while the team laid him down and had the mind-controlled spiders get in his throat, inflate the trachea again so he could breathe again, and then leave his throat. It was... I can't believe it doesn't even classify as nightmares because I wasn't that scared of spiders, but it's horrifying. and one of them, the main owner, the main one that was controlling the spiders, had them like crawling all over her face all the time and entering her mouth and leaving trails, black trails, and she has like one there, and they were like melting into each other, spiders and human mixing into this sort of monster that was mostly rational, you know, and yeah, it was not even my worst, you know, far from my worst. But yeah, my dreams and nightmares are becoming very, very creative, and I don't like that. Anyway, the spiders has passed. I'm gonna let it leave and pretend it's not there anymore. Deal? Deal. I had hopes for this week. I had a lot of hopes, and that they didn't happen. I did watch the live stream on Saturday, and I did start the egg, the Fabergé style egg, on Saturday during the live stream, right after going to the grocery store and the garden store and the hardware store to get all of the things that I needed to do the egg. And I started it. I spent 2 to 3 hours on it. It was not perfect, but you know, it worked. So I had the base, and I had baked because I was making it out of polymer clay, and was not perfect, but I knew I was going to smooth it with a second coat, and then add the details, and anyway, all of that. And the next day I wanted to take my bow and go shoot in the parking lot of the mall, so I could have a wider range and have the laundry machine at the side going while I was shooting, and that did not happen because I just didn't have it in me at that moment. I was just really, really too low, and I was so exhausted. I couldn't read, I couldn't do anything. I was just lying there. I spent most of the week lying there, not gonna lie. I couldn't read, I couldn't do, I think I cried a lot too, and things just didn't happen. But eventually I pulled myself together, and I sat there in my chair watching How I Met Your Mother, and not in my chair, there was my table, and I started crafting the egg again. And I must have spent like 5-6 hours on it. Fucking spider is here again! Oh, am I supposed to deny your existence if you show up all the time? Okay, so 5-6 hours, and I wanted to do lacing in silver polymer clay on top, and I didn't find an extruder, so I did all of the ring by hands, hoping that they will look mostly the same size, and it took a lot of work, and it took a lot of trial and errors because I kept removing them because they didn't look great, so I'm removing them and put them back on in different position. It took a while. It took all of my silver polymer clay, but I did it, and stupid me didn't take a picture before the baking, and regretting because not 5 minutes in the baking my whole apartment started smoking, and yeah, and I also ruined my baking sheet because of course it did. So yeah, after that I kinda gave up. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was kind of the last straw. So yeah. It was bad. Yeah. was pretty bad. I did manage to talk to my friends a little, which helped, but still took a lot. It was close. I was close to just pull out my gun and shoot myself in the head and forget all about it, but I didn't, because there was a protocol, and I'm used to situations like this, and I know the protocol, and that is, you don't kill yourself until you talk to the psychiatrist about it. Yeah. I tried to talk to Tumblr Mutual, and that didn't went well, because she was the only one awake at that time, so I knew I needed to talk to someone, or I would probably just shoot myself. So I needed to talk to someone, and she was the only one. They were the only one. Sorry. Awake at that time. So I talked to them, and she straight up told me that if I wasn't going to fight it and to be in the fighting mindset, she wasn't going to listen, and she was just going to block me. So there's that. That didn't help at all. So yeah, went pretty bad. I tried to contact my psychiatrist. I didn't find them. I think she's in vacation. She's always in vacation at the worst time of the year for me, because of course she is. I can't blame her. It's okay. She deserves the vacations, no problem. But why do they always have to be on the worst timing ever? So yeah. I didn't actually. The next day, on Monday, I did manage to crush it a little. I didn't go very far, but I did crush it a little. I watched like 2 seasons of How I Met Your Mother in the last week, and spent the rest of the day there reading. On the day after that, I tried to do some paperwork, so I called my insurance to ask them where the fuck were my $150, because I kinda need it. And I downloaded the file I needed for that health insurance problem. I did not do it yet, and that means I only have 8 days left to do all the procedure, which is not enough. So I'll probably go a little while without, health insurance, which sucks, because if I take the decision to keep the machine, I'm gonna need that health insurance in right now. Truth is, I don't want to keep the damn machine. So unless the nurse on the 26th give me a very, very, very good reason to keep it, I'm not gonna keep it. Because I hate this thing. Yesterday I did manage to make the scones and do the dishes. In that order. Yeah. And I did try to make slime too, but that didn't happen. But after that, yesterday I didn't do shit. I watched How I Met Your Mother, and that is all. Thursday is today, and I wanted to paint my globe and stage it in a very beautiful photograph that I had planned since it was a Geschichten 3 years ago. But I just don't have it in me, not right now. Maybe next year I will do this before April, so that it can actually happen. So paint the globe and take the picture in March or something, and only post the picture on Earth Day, because right now it's just not gonna happen. It's just not. So yeah, it was a great week. I only have 1 week left of May. And next week I have live stream tomorrow. I have the nurse on 26th. I have Mahjong on Friday. And after that is May, and I don't have sketch for May. I don't sketch for the May bullet journal yet. I still haven't bought gas. I still haven't done ornaments. I haven't edited any video. I haven't finished Nemo, and I haven't started on the octopus that goes with it. I did not paint my bedroom, and I'm a failure. It's okay, I don't blame myself for being a failure. There's a lot going on and it's overwhelming and it's too much. It's just way too much for me to handle it and do stuff. So yeah. I have a lot of meds and I have the machine and I have everything and I just can't handle it. Quitting le gluten, having the machine that just makes my skin react so much and makes me sick, having the meds that makes me not recognize even who I am underneath them. I just don't, it's just too much. I just don't want to live like that, and that's why I almost didn't. I'm not here because I want to live, I'm here because it's protocol. I know that since 12 years now I haven't regretted, not even 1 second, the decision to take my own life that I took when I was 16. And in a moment like that, I'm reminded of that, and I'm reminded that I should have done it then and I should do it now so I don't, you know, suffer for more. But yeah, I'm still alive, I'm still standing. Without my consent, probably, but it's what it is. I'm probably still gonna be alive next week because I still won't have been able to talk to my psychiatrist, and since I talked to you, I'm feeling a little better because I cried a lot and I rented it all out and it helped. So I'm feeling a little better, but I'm very tired. So I don't expect myself to do much. I'm gonna try to sketch maximum, but we'll see what happens. See you next week.